Let's go.
So now we're joining with Congresswoman elect Marissa. Marissa, for those of us who might be meeting you for the first time, can you just introduce yourself and tell us why you sought office and you are now a Congresswoman elect?
Thank you, Thomas, for the question, and good afternoon. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And for anyone that's asking why I'm shooting this interview in my car is because I'm actually waiting on the time to pick up my daughter from work. But my name is Marissa Renee Flores. I ran as a House of Representative in Precinct 3 under the AD team. And the reason why I decided to take this bid and run in this election was because for a very long time, I followed the politics. I've been an advocate for the community for over 20 years in areas of special ed, disability networks, and what have you. And I thought, this time would be the best time for me to actually sit in a different capacity and help the people of the Marianas in all facets of life, whether it be able-bodied or individuals with disabilities in our community. So that's really the main purpose as to why I wanted to run and seek this bid as a House of Representative, because I truly want to help people. That's it.
And Representative-elect, you actually were a former staffer for Senate President Jude Hofschneider, a Republican. Can you tell us why you decided to break away from working in that office and then ultimately also joining the Independent Party?
Wow, that's a tough one, Thomas. Yes, I did used to work for Senate President Jude Hofschneider. And as you know, I ran as an independent. And the independent idea and the ideology is based on an individual comprising of many other individuals who have the same idea and the same purpose, which is to help the community. I don't want to get into the further into that question. I have respect for Senator Jude and his staff, and I believe that he is helping his people in Tinian and representing them in a way that he feels is right and just. And I am doing the same thing under the independent team with the rest of the independent group. So that's all I can say about that. And my hands are shaking because that was a very tough question, by the way.
No problem. Thank you for answering it. I wanted to move on now and focus on your legislative priorities. So what did you campaign on? What do you want to get done when you are sworn into office in just a few weeks?
Well, I had three things on my platform. Number one was to support the educational system and what that mission is, right? Mainly focusing on individuals with disabilities and how we now should at least somewhat improve the access for equal opportunity in areas of employment and post-secondary education for them. Not to say that I'm not going to help everyone else in the system, but provide the supports that's needed for their administration or their administrative body, as well as the teachers. I think that we could do more. I think they want to do more. But as we know, we are heavily reliant on federal funds. And those are mainly formula grant. And we need to make some adjustments. And this body is willing to work together to do that. Now, sorry, I had an incoming call, but my other priority was abandoned lease property. And I know this might be kind of far-fetched, and I think maybe some people are trying to kind of figure out what that means. But as you know, Article 12 has been established from our founding fathers, and there's a reason for that. And I support Article 12 100%. And I believe that when we were doing this transition from TT and into the Commonwealth, and this piece of document was developed to protect that, We also thought about the foreign investment that might be coming in, who want to invest their money and give to the community in areas of, whatever financial support that looks like. But as we noticed during the crash, especially during the garment exodus, there are so many abandoned buildings, so many, and they kind of just leave this eyesore for everybody, and the tourists, for the people that want to live here. So what I would hope to do is figure out a way with the senior legislators, look at the laws that have been passed and figure out a way where we can somehow give this back to the landowner, right? I mean, if the intention back then was to promote uh, free enterprise, but the land had to be attained for them to do that, then I believe that with the abandon these properties now, it doesn't serve its purpose. And it gives the landowner more of an undue hardship, right? Now they're left with this lease agreement that may expire in another 20 years or so. But what it serves no purpose. They're supposed to be a part of this involvement and this change in economics, and that's not happening. So in order to, kind of build upon creating this environment for tourists and for the people alike, we got to take care of this one major problem. And the other one was just equal opportunity and access. Streamline the system to make it work so that we can encourage foreign investors to come in, but also protect the interest of the people. And, we see that we are just suffering on the government side because we are the biggest employer. We need to figure out a balance, and we need to figure out a way to improve moving forward an economy that's sustainable and a government that is equitable.
All right, and you are part of the new independent coalition that has control of the legislature. With that being said, what has the dynamic been like with the incoming legislature? Have you met with them, discussed what some of the legislative plans are? You will have control of the legislature.
Well, we haven't met yet. We do briefly meet each other, have some coffee, talk about the issues, talk about, the problems affecting the CNMI. And I think for me, on a personal level, as a woman, as a leader, as an incoming freshman legislator, the relationship and the camaraderie is wholesome and it's positive. And I think in terms of negotiation and in terms of debate, we do understand where we are as individuals and how we want to move forward in the Unity Pledge, but as well the AD team, the newly elected governor and lieutenant governor. And I think that's very important for me to express, is that, we ran under the mission and the goals and objectives of the AD camp, in collaboration towards the end with the Democrats. And I can respect that. And I'm so glad that we are now in this understanding of increasing collaboration, cooperation, and, working together for the betterment of the CNMI for all people.
All right, Representative-elect, that's all the questions I had. Is there anything you'd like to address or say to the community watching?
It's going to be a hard road, but please have faith in those that you had elected. We asked you to come out and exercise your right to vote, and you did that. Before we go in and we are all installed as your 23rd legislative body and your executive leaders and your municipal councils, we have to work together. And in order to do that, we are open and our doors are open to hear what the sentiments of our people are. I think we know that already, but just like time, it changes and people have different needs moving forward. And we're willing to work hard and we're willing to work with our community to develop those those plans, and finally have and build a sustainable economy so that our generation after us and the generations after us can enjoy life at home and be proud of a Marianas that I was once proud of.
All right. Thank you so much. And we look forward to being in touch with you as you move forward. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Thomas, and I apologize. I'm shaking right now. That second question did catch me off guard, but you know what? That's why you do your job and you do it well. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you.